Yes, I'm similar to the Thriller in Manila. Honeys call me bigger, the condom filler. Whether it's stiff tongue or stiff dick, Biggie squeeze it to make shit fit. Now check this shit, I got the pack of Rough Riders in the back of the Pathfinder. You know the epilogue by James Todd Smith. I get swift with the lyrical gift. Hit you with the dick, make your kidney shift. Here we go, but I'm not domino. I got the funk flow to make your drawers drop slow. So recognize the dick size in these Coincatch jeans. I wear 13s, know what I mean? I fuck around and hit you with the Hennessy dick. Mess around and go blind, don't get to see shit. The next batter, here to shatter your blatter, it doesn't matter. Skinny or fat or light skin, the black baby, I drop these. Boniqua mommy, screaming I poppy. I love it when they call me Big Pop, but I only smoke blunts if they roll prop. But look, I got ya caught up with the drunk flow. Fuck taekwondo, I told a fofo. For niggas getting mad cause they bitch chose me. A big black motherfucker with G. You see, all I do is separate the game from the truth. Big bang boots from the Bronx to Bolivia. Getting physical like Olivia Newt. Tricks up my click dick all day with no trivia. So give me a bankroll and a bag of weed. I'm guaranteed to fuck her till her nose bleed. Even if the new man's a certified Mac, you get that H-Town in ya. You want that old thing back?
Like B-I-double-G-I-E with some new R-U-L-E. Notorious, known for busting in your E-Y-E. Baby, baby, bitches know they love to hate me. How come you come, we're coming back to maybe. How close we came to coming together is crazy. How come you and your sis facing me the faces? When y'all coming, y'all be crying like I'm killing y'all bitches. I know there's a bigger picture than the camera rolling. Cause I don't think y'all be knowing how this shit's unfolding. Back shots to the rear, got the Mac unloading. Gotta reload like every so often. Saying I got my swagger back. I'm looking like bitch, my swagger never left. Don't be so hard pressed to be impressed by these new rappers. They actors and the fact is, you want that old thing back.
Like Scarface and Bushwick, Willie D, having nightmares, the girl's killing me. She mad because what we had didn't last. I'm glad because her cousin let me hit the ass. Fuck the past, let's dwell on the 500 SL, the E and J and ginger ale. The way my pockets swell to the rim with Benjamins. Another hunt's in the crib, please send it in. I fuck non-stop, lick my lips a lot. Used to lick the clips a lot, but licking clips has to stop. Cause y'all don't know how to act when the tongue go down below. Peep the funk flow, really though. I got the cleanest, meanest penis. You never seen it, stroke of genius. So take off your Tim boots and your bodysuit. I mean the spandex and hit my man next. Sex get rougher when they come to the nut buster. Pussy crusher, black nasty motherfucker. I don't chase them, I replace them. And if I'm caressing them, I'm undressing them. Fuck what you heard, who's the best in New York? Fulfilling fantasies without that nigga Mr. Raw. Or tattoo, I got you wrapped around my dick. And when I'm done, I got the split shit.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. or maybe not so happy Friday, considering we're going into weekly close, looking a little rough. Gonna cover everything, even from down to the trading bot today. Definitely an ugly weekly candle, and I do apologize in advance. I am fighting a little bit of a cold/flu. I'm not really sure yet. It just started today, so hopefully I'm clear with you guys. The first thing I want to tackle. Okay, I don't know what the confusion was when I said I was selling. I said it in Discord, I said it on Patreon, and I said it. The only thing I didn't do was live stream because I actually had a family member pass away last week, and we had to be there for the funeral, and I had to go pick people up from the airport. It's just very, very busy, so I do apologize for that, but I did make a tweet. I talked all about it in Discord. I gave you guys 7 reasons why. The biggest one for me is buying a home, but guys, either way, it doesn't matter. I gave you another 6 reasons, so I'm sorry if there was confusion, but I try to be as clear as possible. What's up, yes, sir? What's up, EM? Hope you guys are doing well. It's okay. I'll talk about the trading bot in a little bit. They're on Bickett and on Blowfin. There's follower loss, but I'll explain why. Let's talk about this Bitcoin weekly candle. So, I'm not going to lie to you. This is probably the ugliest weekly candle I've ever seen. We dropped $20,000. I actually think it's the largest weekly candle ever, right? $18,000 from top to bottom. Absolutely huge. Absolutely ugly. Losing that weekly support with the 1618, and now barely holding on to the 1414. So, what does this mean, guys? I'll be real with you, and I'm going to keep it. It doesn't matter whether I sold all or some or a portion or whatever. I told you I was selling. Here's the thing, guys. I had conviction, right? And I'm going to go over that conviction. And yeah, immediately when I tweeted that, I sold half of my portfolio. And then a couple days later, I sold the rest, right? Am I going to give you a play-by-play on exactly what I'm doing? No, it's private. It's what I'm doing. And I told you I was selling. I gave you 6 reasons why. I know I don't understand the confusion, but we're going to go over that. It's okay. Here's the deal. Do I believe the bull market is over? Yes, I do. I think it's over. I think it's done. Could we have an alt season? Maybe. Could Bitcoin maybe go back to highs? Maybe. Could we, do something like this? Maybe, right? I'm not going to say yes or no. I'm going to say maybe, but I'm out. I'm out for a bunch of reasons, and I'm going to list all of them to be as clear as possible. So 1, meme scams. You had the President of the United States, the President of Argentina, the President of the United States' wife, completely rug everybody. Anyone who bought their coin, completely rugged. Not to mention, with the meme scams, you kind of have, there's no new investors. I'm just going to put no new investors. And look, if you want price to continue up, if you want price to continue going up, you need new people, you need new entrants, you need retail, you need more money coming in. And I just don't see more money coming in at the moment with how many scams there were, from Dave Portnoy to the Hawk Tua girl, to any of these celebrities that scam. The FaZe Clan scammed. And I look at Mantra. I'm not really looking at. I'll take a look in a little bit, actually, if it's a crazy chart. But look, there's no new investors coming in, and I'll put it to you this way: if you're someone that's savvy with your money, you're investing your money to make more money, and you're looking at what just happened in the crypto market. Not to mention, guys, zoom out on Bitcoin, right? Why on earth? Look, I'm not going to lie. I figured we go to at least 130. I'll say that straight up. I thought we would. I got a gut feeling, just like I did in 2021, to sell. I was extremely stressed out. I couldn't figure out why. And really, I just kind of put the puzzle together. I was like, wait, this is exactly what happened in 2021. So anyways, you're a new investor coming in. Do you put your money in crypto knowing that you could lose everything? Or do you go into real estate? Or do you go into bond funds, which return 5 to 7% right now? Or do you go into some other investment? right? Stock market's at all-time high. Crypto market's at all-time high. You could argue the real estate market's at all-time high, but just depending on how you look at it, you could get into real estate funds that buy apartment complexes, which apartments are now in very, very high demand, and make a lot of money from it. The issue I have is I just don't see it. I at least for the next couple months, I don't see it happening, and this flush is needed. Look, whether that means we come down to 75, go back into the 60s range for a while, and then continue upwards, but you're looking at 26, 27, right? You're not looking at this in a year. I mean, this is a year-long range if that were to happen. And I could agree with you. And look, if we drop that low, I would consider buying again, because now you've dropped almost 50% from all-time highs. But my second reason for selling, bullish news was no longer bullish. I'm just going to put bull news. The president of the United States came in and said, hey, I'm going to start doing stuff with crypto. I'm going to start building an administration around it. That was here. And we didn't go anywhere with it. Hold on, I have to call and make sure she pulls out the food from the oven. 1 second. It's okay. Sorry about that. I had to tell her to turn the oven off. We're cooking a bunch of meat. But bull news is no longer pushing the market higher. That happened here in 2021. 2021, you had corporations, you had countries buying, you had Elon Musk buying, and price didn't budge. To me, that was a straight up reflection from this point. Not to mention, anytime we got bearish news, price was highly reactive to it. The third reason, and I've talked about this before, right? And I don't know how the best way to explain this. I mean, I guess just simply looking at the chart, right? Bitcoin's up 600%. I've talked about this before where I said, look, we're probably not going to get like a 20x or a 10x. We'll get somewhere in like the 7 to 10x maybe. And we did. We were up 600%. Like, you guys got to think. I think so many people are so focused on selling the top that they forget they're up a ridiculous amount compared to any other asset they could buy. So for me, it was a no-brainer. Up 600%. The meme coin scams are ruining everything by not bringing in new investors. Also, the cost of living. I talked about the cost of living. This correction is normal for a bull through history. I mean, if it's normal, that's fine. That's your conviction. I sold for a 600% gain. I'm not holding. I'm out. That's fine. If it goes up to 150 or 200K, then so be it. I missed. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not, guys, it's impossible to know where the top is at the end of the day. And I want you to know that if you have a conviction, stick to it and stop listening to all of crypto Twitter telling you what's right and wrong. Like, if you truthfully believe that Bitcoin's going to go up to 150 to 200K, then stick to your conviction. But I had 8 reasons for my convictions. The other one, cost of living. Cost of living is surging exponentially here. Rent's up, housing's up, food's up. I mean, I'm pretty sure across the world, inflation's up. Who the hell is going to come in and buy the top or come in and buy at all? There's a statistic that I saw that 50% of consumer goods are bought by the top 10% earners. That's scary. So what are the other 90% buying? Well, they're not buying crypto. Still seems like alt season is still going to happen. Alts are not getting hurt that much with these Bitcoin lows. Yeah, but alts are down like 80 to 90% from where they were a week ago. Alts are just holding a macro support right now. That's why. And Bitcoin's falling to support. So yes, you're right. In the short term, alts are doing better, but Bitcoin dominance still isn't crashing and it's moving sideways. Not to mention, I guess a fourth reason, we never got an alt season. Like, look at some of these altcoins that are all the way at macro lows. That to me says, okay, we're not getting new money in the space. Things aren't moving. Things aren't going. There's nothing happening. Money's not being injected. We've already heard from the Fed a dozen times they're not starting QE. So for me, look, I had 8 reasons to sell, and I have no reasons to buy. Why am I holding on? right? We're up 600%. Why not take profits off the table? If it's not the top, then whatever, right? My job is not to sell the top; it's to make money. Just like that's how your job is. If you're sitting here thinking that you're going to buy the bottom and sell the top, you're an idiot. It's not going to happen. So look, at the end of the day, and I want to give you this information. I'm being as non-biased, as straightforward as possible. If you have conviction, stick to it. Stop looking for answers on YouTube. Stop going to Twitter. Don't come into my live stream saying that, XYZ thing is going to happen. If you have that conviction, then stick to it, right? But don't second guess yourself, because if that conviction happens and you sold, you're going to feel like an ass, right? And if it doesn't work out, then at least you could say, look, I tried. I stuck to what I thought. I stuck to what I said. Hey, Roman, glad to see you're around here now that you've sold. Are you waiting a little bit until cashing to dollars to wait for lighter taxes? Or are you paying them right now? I don't have to pay those taxes until 2026. So actually, I put them into a bond fund that'll earn 5 to 7%. That'll relieve my taxes a bit. I'm actually also putting some into a real estate fund where I'm hoping I can get a... So the way real estate works is if you take a loss one year versus the next, I'm hoping that I can offset those gains, but I need to look further into it and talk to my accountant. But either way, I'm fine paying the taxes. It is what it is. Let me read some of these comments. Yeah, I'll take a look at Fetch. I know you don't really check altcoins. It was really just to see the weeklies and monthlies. I mean, I get it. What's your thoughts on Bitcoin dominance? I think Bitcoin dominance is going higher. I don't like how it's moving sideways. I'll go over that. Trust me, I'll go over that. But just a brief. If you have a 6x on Bitcoin, cashing is fine. But if you want to invest now, alts are at their lowest. Seems like a good occasion. I don't think that they will all crash to nothing. I actually do believe they crash to nothing. The alt space is oversaturated and there's way too many projects. Think of the .com bubble, right? .com bubble was huge. There was thousands and thousands of companies, and now there's like 5, right? It crashed. Now there's 5. It's like Microsoft, Google, like, I mean, there's a ton of companies. There's still a lot of companies, but not nearly as many. And in the cryptocurrency space, you have, right, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then it's just like trash, pretty much. And a couple other like decent ones, like Link is smaller, Tau is okay, Fetch is okay, but like the majority of it is trash, and it's going to weed out. And it's why, again, if we are truly in a bull run, why is Mana sitting like this? And you could say, oh, it's going to go at some point. It could, but what if it doesn't? We just had a bull run, and it did nothing. And you could say, oh, that's because money didn't go to it. Well, why did it go into it last bull run? Why has every bull run acted the same except for this one? And I really think like this is now, and I said this a long time ago, and this is really my fault for getting involved with alts. Because I've said this, most alts are scams and they'll never go back to all-time highs. I did think they'd get a decent push, but they never really got a push at all. Is this perfect conditions for scalping? I'm not really interested in scalping. I'm probably going to take like a solid month off of trading just to, it's starting to warm up again. For the last 3 years, every single day, every moment of the day, I've been trading, right? Taking a break is normal. I have not taken a break in 3 years, and taking like a little month off trading. I'm still going to post, still going to live stream, but just like trading, just take a little break, right? Just made a bunch of money from spot. No need to rush into things. I was happy to see you sell some Bitcoin after I messaged you in your last live stream. You're a decent trader, hence I wanted you to protect your position. No, I appreciate you pointing that out. But it wasn't just that. I mean, I'll give you some credit. It wasn't just that. But then that really started winding things for me. Like, okay, why is this happening? Why aren't we moving off the bullish news? Why, the meme coins? I mean, we really was the final nail in the coffin. Meme coin scams. I mean, guys, the whole market's gone. Like, retail is gone. No one wants anything to do with crypto. Everyone thinks it's a casino. Again, utility never moved. Like, if you're someone that believes in utility, like Ethereum, Link, some of these other utility coins, they never moved. They didn't break out. No one wants anything to do with crypto right now. I'm telling you. I'm telling you and being honest with you. No one wants anything to do with crypto. But now that there's about 1,000 of you, I do want to talk about the bot real quick. So the trading bot, we had a lot of people in, a lot of people. I don't want to say a lot of people, but there were some people that lost money this month. You guys know that the daily had this very shitty range and the bot was losing money in. I'm going to say first and foremost, that's normal, right? There's a drawdown to the bot. It's 25 to 30%. The bot was down about 18% during this range. And when we broke down, it made all of it back and is now in profits. On Bickit, it shows a follower loss. The only reason for that is because people pulled their money. I had a guy with 100 grand in the bot. He was down like 15%, pulled his money 3 days before we dropped, and everyone else made their money back and is now in profit. So look, if you're going to use this bot, right, if you're going to follow the copy trading, first and foremost, never invest money that you can't afford to lose. Like that is the first thing I tell everybody. Second, read all the damn information in Discord, right? Get to know it. But maybe instead of throwing 100 grand in, experiment with it. Say, okay, I'm going to put a couple $100 to $1,000 and see how this thing moves. That way, you get a feel for it. That way, you get to see events like this and go, okay, this is normal. Because when we do research on the bad months the bots had, it almost always looks like this, where you have that sideways chop, and then when we break out or break down, almost all of the gain, all the losses are recovered and generally put us back in a profit. So February was definitely ugly for the majority of the month, and then when we broke down, everything was recovered. Like literally everything. I had $25,000 in the bot at the beginning of the month. Now I have 27. So if you guys are going to use this, you need to, again, look at all the information I posted in Discord. It's under bot information. Ask me any questions. And if you're someone that wants to put a lot of money in the bot and you have like direct questions, you can DM me or I'll link you with the bot team. Will I be doing any shorts if you haven't already? Like I said, I'm taking like a month off of trading. I've just got like a lot of stuff going on. Close family member of mine passed away. Like I'm fine in the head, but it's also warming up. I'm taking the dogs back to the river and just kind of like, look, guys, I've literally every day. I've been on Twitter every day. I live stream most of the time. I've been doing Patreon every single day for all of this, right? I'm going to take a little bit of a break from trading. I'm still going to post, still going to live stream, but like actually trading, I just want a little bit of a break. There's nothing wrong with that. It's good for you. But okay, if you're kind of new to the live stream, I have covered, I believe the bull market is over, and here's why. I covered all the reasons at the beginning of the stream, so go back. But let's talk TA. What's happening here? So on our weekly, we lost support, right? For me, unless we hold this area on a weekly close, I think we come back down to 75 and maybe range for a little while before maybe heading higher. It's a possibility. However, if we don't close above this 1618 this week or even next week, we know that deviations are common in crypto. I think we're going lower and sideways for longer, personally. I mentioned this morning about a bounce to 88K. That's still on the table. We can play this range, but I still think we'll come back down to support. There is no support or resistance between 89 and 71. This fib level here is, maybe it's important, maybe it's not. But to me, there's no historical proof that it's met any parameters. So for me, if we want to range in this area, come back down, that's fine. Continue up or, continue lower in the future. Who knows what's going to happen there? Again, I think a lot of it has to do with macro market structure coming from stocks and coming from the dollar. What's up, Dorian? How you doing? And I appreciate you, sir. Today's the last day of the month, so isn't the monthly candle even more important? I don't really look at monthly candles. I just, like, people look at monthly candles and say, like, oh, like, what about this? This is an engulfing candle, which, yeah, I guess you're right, but we still went higher. Like, for me, it comes down to, look, Bitcoin's up 600%. And there's a lot, like, okay, I'll give it to you even easier. There were more fundamental reasons this time to become bearish before this drop than there were technical, which sucks because I'm a technical analyst, right? I do TA all the time. I try not to focus on fundamentals, but they were too big to ignore. Way too big. So okay, now that we've covered ranging Y. Look at not only tether dominance but the dollar, right? The dollar is reaching our macro bearish or least bullish scenario where we break out, retest, continue upwards. And I've left this here for the last month and a half so that you guys can follow. You guys can get access to my live charts through Discord. There's a link, by the way. But yeah, we're following this macro bearish, least bullish scenario, which sucks because it is going to have effect on the stock market and the crypto market. I mean, who really knows if this is just a flush and we go higher? I don't. I can't tell you for sure. But for me, I'm out, right? If we go to 150K, then, that sucks for me. But after seeing what I've seen over the last couple weeks, it reminded me of the top in 2021. And, it's not that I don't think we can't get an alt season, but when you look at Bitcoin dominance, why aren't we dropping? And look, maybe we're just waiting for the monthly close. You take a look at the monthly, and yes, I will give you this. We have bearish divergences here, right? Lower highs, higher highs. Big kind of capitulation wick here. Yes, alts are technically holding, but why? I mean, they're at macro lows, right? Or macro support levels. Like Link, like Tau is trying to regain that one back. Fetch is kind of holding an interesting level. Solana bounced off a significant level. So it's not like we can't get an alt season, but I don't think it's going to be what you guys think. I think it's going to be very, very lackluster. And even looking at tether dominance, yes, you could argue, we've got this giant wick on the daily, pretty big wick on the weekly. But really what it's going to come down to is how does next week look? Do we break out of this range that once acted as support, right? Or acted as resistance, support, kind of resistance here with a little bit of a deviation. Are we going to break it this time, or is it going to act as resistance? And for me, again, I think it's over. I think a lot of people got absolutely waxed this bull run. I think that there's not a lot of money coming in, new money coming in. I think that engagement on Twitter has been historically low, even though Bitcoin is at all-time highs. The funny thing is, no one really hit me up about Bitcoin being at 100K. A lot of my friends were very, very surprised that Bitcoin was at 100K when I mentioned it to them. For Bitcoin dominance to go down, people need to not believe in it anymore. But now the majority still believe that another high, so money is in Bitcoin. Yeah, that, and people still believe that an alt season's coming. So again, I'm just on the page that I don't think we're going to get one. Like now that stocks, okay, so I will say there's a little bit of hopium. Yes, stocks have corrected, but until we break this 5678 level, 5678 level on the S&P 500, we're still looking good. We're still looking, legacy markets still look macro bullish, which will have an effect on Bitcoin. But my problem is the dollar's leading here. Now we're seeing that correction. What's going to happen when we get to this level? Excuse me. For anyone that's new, I am a little sick today, so I do apologize. But yeah, guys, I'm sorry if there was confusion on me selling. There's a lot of people here, so I just wanted to clear the confusion. Look, I called out that I was selling. I had no interest to hold. I gave you guys 8 reasons, and I hope that maybe you took that advice, maybe you didn't. Doesn't necessarily mean the bull run's over, but to me, I don't care. I don't care where Bitcoin goes. I had 8 reasons to sell and none to buy, which Income Sharks actually commented on. He's like, look, you have all these reasons to sell and none to buy. What you're doing is smart, and you're up quite a lot. So I was kind of happy to see him say that. The dollar is bullish, which means that the rest of the market is likely going to go down, at least some. I mean, look at the S&P 500, guys. We've been in parabolic price discovery. This thing's eventually going to correct. And if this thing does correct down to like 52 or 49, crypto is going to go down, or at least Bitcoin will go down to 50, 60K easily. I mean, you're talking about a 20% correction on the SPX. Taking profit was a move moment. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. And I do appreciate a lot of your guys' support. There were some salty people. I don't know why I said I was selling. It doesn't matter how much I was selling. If I'm selling, I told you I was selling. I told you when I was buying. Look, and if you bought Bitcoin at the lows, you're still in a lot of profits. I don't understand the saltiness. Like, okay, if you bought this is where I bought. Everyone knows that. I became public on where I bought. If you bought down there, you're still up a significant amount, right? You're still looking at a 340% gain. So don't be too angry. Yeah, I'll look at OM, I guess. The mantra? This thing? Is this thing worth shorting? I mean, I don't know if I'd short that, personally. I'm not really sure why the chart looks like it, considering the fact that the rest of the market has looked like garbage, but I don't think I'd short this, personally. This thing kind of looks like Doge in 2021. People who got in late are bullish. People who bought when you did are stupid not to take some off the table. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And some of those people did. You was right when you said, bought, bro, I bought when you did too, and I sold too. Yeah, finally. Someone who's got a little bit of logic in their system. So, okay, what are we looking at? And I got to go finish the rest of dinner, guys. So, I do appreciate you guys being here, but I'm going to finalize with this close. What are we looking for here? One, we need to hold 84K this weekend and today, right? 84K needs to hold. Maybe we hit 88K. But ideally, if you want this bull run to continue, we need to get back above 90, right? That is the most bullish scenario. My most weighted scenario is, look, we just range between 88 and eventually go back down to 72. And, I know a lot of you don't want to hear that, but that's kind of the harsh reality of where I see. There's no support or resistance. Like, obviously, if resistance here, support here, there's nothing in between. We're in a very strong downtrend. It looks like we're going to go to support down to 75 to 72K. All right, guys, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the journey along our bull run. I hope it continues if you're still holding. I'm not wishing ill will on anybody. I just personally don't see a point to holding anymore, especially with the 8 reasons I gave in the beginning of the live stream. All that said, guys, hope you have a great weekend. Always remember, be patient.